Are you looking to buy a cottage but feeling overwhelmed by all the things that you need to consider when looking for your dream vacation property? Have you been following along with my first 2 videos in this series and are ready to finish up that cottage list to get you packing your bags and hitting the road? If you haven't checked out those videos yet, you can find the links in the description below to catch up. In this video, we're going to finish up this cottage series with my last 3 things to consider when buying your family's first cottage. Stick around until the end, where we're going to discuss my #1 problem with buying a cottage in the Huron County area that could potentially have your cottage literally falling off a cliff. If we haven't met before, my name is Megan Proper and I'm a local Huron County realtor helping families and people just like you find their dream cottage. Get started. #3 on my list is water. We're going to talk about quantity and quality. Have you ever gone to a house showing, ran the water, the taps, the shower, flushed the toilets, and checked the water pressure? If you answered no, you really need to start doing this. Assuring good water pressure is important, as the water being sourced to your cottage could be coming from a private well, a community well, or even the lake. If the pressure tank, pump, and related equipment aren't strong enough to pump acceptable pressure to your lines, you will want to inquire about that. Ask for an inspection report for the well if available and the location of the well. Don't be quick to grab a glass of water from the tap. I'm a water tap drinker, I always have been, but it's not safe to assume that the water at your new cottage is potable, or in other words, safe to drink. Ask the realtor if they have obtained a water test result, and if they haven't, which many of them do because it's free from the health unit, request this in your offer. #2 on my list is the fun part about cottage shopping. What are the local amenities in the area? Are there local historic spots, grocery stores, hiking trails, golf courses, restaurants, bars, boutique shopping, parks, and so on? Is there a local hospital or health center? Because we all know that things happen when we're having way too much fun. Learning about the area first can help you narrow down a specific place that you'd like to buy a cottage. And finding a neighborhood that you love is sometimes actually more important than the actual cottage itself, that you could probably put your own personal touches on later. We have finally made it to my #1 and most important tip to factor into your cottage hunt along Lake Huron, and that's erosion. Maybe you've seen it, but you didn't know what it was called. So what is erosion? Erosion is a natural process that's been happening for over 10,000 years. And in the recent years, it's been a hot topic and unfortunately can force homeowners to alter, fix, or move buildings on their properties. But without erosion, our beaches would actually disappear. We've had lots of rain in the last few years that's raising our lake water. The storm waves that crash along the shoreline, for lack of a better word, they chew at the bottom of the bluffs, and when enough waves constantly crash into the shoreline, the bottom of the bluffs become unstable, and that's what causes large portions of the land to slide or fall to the bottom of the beach or into the water. As the water continues to move, the waves and then sort out the material as clay, silt, and sand, and the weight of the sand falls along our shoreline of our beaches, and the remaining soil particles get deposited offshore. So what do you need to be looking out for when viewing properties? Let's look for bent leaning trees, lack of vegetation on the slope, slumping, overland flow, groundwater seepage, and cracks running parallel to the shoreline. You may be asking, Megan, how can I prevent erosion? As there are ways to help protect your property and slow down erosion, and you may have seen some of them that cottage owners already have put in place, such as shoreline protection structures like concrete blocks or even metal seawalls. As these do help and they are a good sign to help protect the property, it's important to note that those structures only divert erosion to somewhere else and not prevent it completely. If you'd like to learn more about erosion, head to my website link in the description below and head to the Lake Huron erosion page, where I have more information and further links to local conservation websites. That's a wrap. You have got a huge baseline of things to consider, questions to ask, and actions to put in motion. Let's look at them all together again. Erosion, local amenities, water, privacy and property boundaries, beach area, association fees and utilities, rentability, property access, is your cottage winterized, and waste management. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed Lake Huron before, what was your favorite little town? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, you can find my contact information in the description below and reach out to me if you're looking for a realtor who loves finding clients their dream cottage.